Genuinely, look it up. He has said that. I can't believe that he said that. I cannot believe it. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me and welcome to
Football Shirts of the World.
That's right, we are back today to review another international shirt, and this time it's coming from Palestine, the Palestinian Football Association. Palestine, a nation I'm sure you would have heard about. I'm not going to dwell on the many reasons why, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have heard much about their national football team. So you might be surprised to know that they are ranked 99 in the FIFA Men's World Ranking. 99. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. You think it goes to 210. You know, we were talking about India being a dominant side in the South Asian Football Federation Championship, you know, currently ranked 107. So 99 is pretty good. Pretty good. They have been as high as 73 in the past, but also as low as something like 170 when they first joined the FIFA Men's Football Association. So it's understandable that they're somewhere in between that, but I still think that 99 is very, very impressive for them. Now, they have been knocked out now of AFC World Cup qualification for the Qatar World Cup, as you'd probably expect, as we're at that key point now in the latter stages of that region. But they didn't do too badly in a group that contained Saudi and Uzbekistan, as well as a few others as well. They managed to muster 10 points in the group stage of round 2, which they automatically qualified for. So they did only compete in the one stage and they did get knocked out, but 10 points, not a bad showing from them at all. And a national competition you may not have heard much about, but Palestine are the current holders of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup. I'll say that again. Palestine are the current holders of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup. This is another international tournament that we at DNQ are just learning about, but this is why we do the show, so we learn more. We don't claim to be experts at the starting point, but we do our homework, we do our research, and this is the type of thing that we find, and this is why we love international football. A number of years ago, the Bangladeshi Football Association set up the Bangabandhu Gold Cup, and a number of nations from both the Middle East and Africa compete. And this year, well, last year, should I say, Palestine in the 2020 tournament beat Burundi 3-1 in the final. A very, very impressive victory over a solid African side in Burundi to claim the title. I think that's just brilliant, isn't it? Another international tournament that we can talk to you about, much like the SAFF, and bring you all this information as the tournaments progress in the future. But Palestine, the current holders of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup, which is excellent. Winning that final 3-1, very, very impressive, and a goal scorer for them, Sameh Maraba, bagged his 11th goal for the national team, which now takes him to joint third all-time Palestinian top scorer, and of course he is still playing. There's no one ahead of him that he's chasing that's also still playing. It's just him now. And if he were to bag 5 more goals for Palestine, a big ask, but if he were to bag 5 more goals for Palestine, he would be joint top scorer. He's 33 appearances, 11 goals, not a bad record, and we wish him all the best in chasing down that top spot, which would be fantastic. Right, let's talk about a blunder that you might have seen recently in the news. I said at the beginning, you'll know about Palestine, but not too much about their football side. But if you've seen the media recently, you might have seen that they have cancelled a recent trip, a planned trip from FIFA President Gianni Infantino. And I know you're wondering why. Well, I sort of get it, to be honest. I don't want to delve into the politics of that region, but I do understand why they have cancelled that trip. Oh my goodness. What a howler. What an absolute howler from him. Infantino. What is he playing at? Just days before he has a trip to Palestine planned, he visits Israel. Now that is going to annoy any Palestinian. Moreover, the bonkers, this I cannot fathom. Gianni Infantino has genuinely said that one day Israel could co-host a World Cup with Palestine. Genuinely, look it up. He has said that. I can't believe that he said that. I cannot believe it. Palestine reacted by cancelling the trip. And they apologised. They said, we apologise to Infantino. But with all due respect, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes if you read up the full articles as well about where the event was held and obviously lots of things in that region that are politically sensitive and I won't get into. But fully understand why Palestine, a visit that was due last week, that's easy for me to say, they have cancelled it and Infantino will not be moving to Palestine for his visit there. Should we talk about the football shirt? Should we move on to the football shirt? This is supposed to be a snippet, a bite-size chat about football shirts, and I'm delving into, geopolitics. So let's not dwell on that anymore. Let's talk about this shirt. Let's talk about this very, very nice shirt. And actually, as I brought it close to the camera, one of my favourite details has been lost. There's 4 aspects that we're going to start talking about now on sensational shirts. That is the design, the fit, the crest, and the individuality. I think that's important for international shirts. It's not all about design and fit, something unique about them, which we really want to bring home. Let's talk about the design here. It's a fairly basic red shirt, as I'm sure you can see. It's got a few nice features to it here with the trim that cuts it in towards the bottom of the shirt. The collar, very nice. I've got a lot of time for this collar. As you watch Sensational Shirts and go back and watch the other ones on the D&Q channel as well, you'll see the collar is something that I absolutely I could talk about forever. But this is nice. It's a V-neck design, but they've actually cut it off here to create, not even a round neck actually, it just would cut straight across and you'll see later what that looks like. But this I like it. It almost gives it a collar without a collar. And I think that's really smart. I think that looks really, really good. There's a few designs here on the back as well. Of course, the white tree. You've also got a little bit of engraved pattern there. But the main thing, which you may not be able to see, let me hang it back up. You should be able to see it better in the light there. That white tree, again, embedded, as you can see there, into the front of the jersey. And that gives it something unique. It doesn't make it the world's best football shirt, but it gives it something quite cool, something for the fans to hold on to as well, that's still there, that pattern, that clear design is engraved in. And I like this design. Actually, I do like this design. It's simple but effective. Not every shirt has to be bonkers or crazy. This is simple but nice, and I've got a lot of time for it. I'm going to give the design a 7 out of 10, quite a strong score. It's not bang, here's something really cool. It is simple, it is toned down, but I think that we have to respect that as well, sometimes with international jerseys. And this one, it has that little bit of flair, but it's clean, and it's a clean cut design. So it scores a 7 for me, and it's off to a good start, 7 out of 10. Now let's talk about the fit. Now, there's a few things talking about the fit. Obviously, there's the overall physical fit. All the shirts that I'll be wearing on the show will be in a large. So you can kind of understand what that looks like per shirt, so they're all on a level playing field that way. Already spoken about the collar, but this is quite nice. It's not too tight, it's not a stranglehold, but it's also not a wide V-neck either. And the sleeves, now the sleeves again with the white trim, no complaints from me. They're not massive, they're not too skinny either, it's not muscle fit, the material, but it is, quite tight, and you will see in just a moment what this looks like on. Shall we get to it? I think we shall. And now you can really see what I'm talking about in terms of fit, in terms of this collar. See, you see there's not material, it's not lagging over the top, I'm not going to fold anything down, but it's also not gaping. Imagine if it didn't have this cut across here, the V-neck would go all the way down to here, and the chest hairs would be exposed, but also it just wouldn't look good. I like this cut across. Yes, it's maybe a bit harsh. Maybe the round neck of the continuation of the white trim would look cool. But I've got a lot of time for it, actually. Romai, the manufacturers of this shirt. They've made a few international shirts for the countries such as Jamaica as well, where you may have seen them before. It's a very, very nice jersey. Again, we'll talk about that fit on the arms. I'm not the most muscular person you'll ever see, but it's a good fit. It's not baggy around the arms. It's also, you know, not too tight either. I just think it's a good fit. I actually really have got a lot of time for this jersey, and I'm going to give this fit an 8 out of 10 for the overall fit of the shirt. Got a lot of time for it. You think, what could it be better? You know, so you're thinking, should I give it a 10? But, you know, perhaps the collar and perhaps, you know, a little bit tighter around the waist, which I know you can't see because it's a little bit flaily towards the bottom. Perhaps the material's not the nicest. All these things would make it a 10. This, an 8, still a very solid score. And of course, it's early days in terms of sensational shirts, in terms of the World Football Shirt Review, in terms of all of that. And so we're going to move on now to the crest, and I'm going to dig this crest out a little bit, because first, well, just the shape, really. Just the shape. It's not a great football crest. I'm not going to dwell on this one too much. I'm not going to give you a close-up of it because it doesn't need it. It says Palestinian Football Association, and then there's obviously Arabic writing beneath the football and the tree. There's nothing specifically wrong with it, but I think they could tidy it up. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I don't think that the crest is the best. I think we'll come across a lot of better international crests as we go through. And so I think that we have to score this one fairly, and that will be a 5 out of 10. However, what about individuality then? Well, I'm going to give this a solid score. You know, yes, it's a red shirt, and there's a few countries that play in red shirts, but this one's slightly different. Okay, yeah, red and white trim, fine. But the collar, okay, the tree here, the design on the back, there's a lot of banter. I mean, it's a lovely shade of red, isn't it, as well? I think that this shirt has got some individuality. The main piece for me here, the sort of embroidery of the tree, it's got to score a 7. Yes, okay, the design is plain. There's no funky design. There's nothing cool. There's nothing that relates to the flag. Maybe that would give it a better score. But I think that this does deserve a kind of just above middle of the road 7 out of 10 to bring us to a pretty good score. So just to recap, we've got design coming in at 7. We've got fit at 8. The crest, unfortunately, with a 5. And then the individuality bringing us 7. In total then, scoring 27 out of 40, a respectable score. If you're on Strictly Come Dancing, that's a pretty good score. But there is room for it to be bigger. Is it the best international football shirt in the world? No, it's not. Is it the worst? No, it's not. And there, I think the scoring has been fair. Of course, top scorer at the moment with that score of 27. But what will come next? Will this shirt be knocked off of top spot? We will find out. That is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching Football Shirts of the World. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, do comment, and do, of course, subscribe. You can see all of our socials have been coming across here below. It's just at DNQ Football. If you like this football shirt, if you hate this football shirt, if you think I've scored it completely wrong, let me know. I'm not going to take offence to it. Also, let us know about some of your favourite football shirts from around the world. Maybe we can add them to our collection and do a shirt review for those too. Subscriptions, of course, great. Do check out the socials as well. And of course, if you're from Palestine, do get in touch. We absolutely loved all the Indian and Nepalese fans getting in touch on the day of the SAF Championship final. That was great. We love that kind of engagement. So if you are from Palestine, or if you have ties to Palestine, let us know what you think about this shirt review and what you want to see from your nation in the future. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching DNQ. We hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit this button below to subscribe, or one of these two buttons to watch another one of our videos. It's been great to have you with us. We'll see you next time.